Thank you for coming to Satsang today. On this day, I think it is particularly important to give the space and the room in your being to come beyond the edge of itself. In any given day, you are given the opportunity to go beyond yourself. And in any given moment, you are given the opportunity to go beyond yourself. And if you are experiencing moments within your reality where you feel as though the experience is not new, I invite you to empty yourself of the energies which cloud the newness of your being. Satsang is to allow you to rest within your being in a way that allows you to be alive within your being, allows you to be awake to your inner experience, and is drawing out the energy from your heart space. Drawing out the energy from your heart space, because it is only when the heart is fully awakened and you can feel the nuances of your existence that the energies within you begin to flower open and are receptive to your divine will. As you come into the space that you are, allow yourself to go into a room or go into a space that you will be undisturbed during this time. If you are in a place that is loud, use this as your practice to be still. Allow yourself to drop into your inner being, to invert the attention that is usually externalized, and to focus on the simplicity of your awareness. Anchor in this space. That is without the pollution of the mind. That is without energies that distort your self-perception. Allowing the mind to dissipate as you abide empty, clear, without distortion. What does this space offer you when you abide here? What does this space offer you? Tune into the completeness of this space. Tune into the vibration of completeness. When you abide empty, without distortion, your being begins to rest. Your being begins to rest in your natural presence. In your natural presence. It is from this space that your wisdom arises, that your true essence arises from this space. Even if you hold a belief that you can create yourself in a specific way, when you begin to sit and when you empty, removing the veils of distortion, what do you discover within this space? Tune in. Is there a need to complete an aspect of self in this space? Is there a need to create identity within this space? Simply abiding as you are. Simply resting in presence. When you rest in your presence, when you rest in completeness, when you rest within your being, all that you do and all that you create, all that you manifest is done within this harmony, is done within this completeness. You manifest perfection through your vessel, through your avatar, naturally. When you begin to identify with energies that are rooted in ego identification, you begin to lose your power. You begin to lose your authority. You begin to lose your connection with who you truly are. when you allow yourself to move in your pure awareness, you move from completeness, from authenticity, from your genuine expression of who you are as a soul, not who you are as an ego, moving as a person in the world. You will see the constructs of ego identity clearly. You will uproot them swiftly when you make space within your being to come into contact with who you truly are. Your self-realization is not flat. It is a moment-to-moment awakeness of yourself. It is not something you can hold on to. It is not a trophy. It is your own inner awakeness, your own inner secret to your own sacred self. Only you can expose the veils of separation by your own inner alchemical vigilance, persistence, endurance at times. You must be willing to be fiercely looking yourself in the mirror in all moments in order to transcend the limitations of ego that will attempt to stop the true expression of your soul coming forward, of who you were designed to be, in the spontaneous expressions of your being, not in the planned expressions of your being. Ferociousness of will. Ferociousness of will is necessary. The energies of a tiger, of a lion, are necessary. The energies of a hawk, an eagle, are necessary. There's a reason we don't idolize bunnies. There's a reason why the gods and goddesses have been depicted in the forms that they have. You too must be ferocious in your vigilance towards your own self-realization, exposing where you hide behind ego identification. There are illusions within self-realization that will hold you back. You must be vigilant upon the path to uproot those veils of illusion so they do not become truths or belief systems or concepts that get stuck within your being. Each moment must be alive to you, must be fully awake in you. Divine presence only awakens within you when you focus upon it, when you honor it, when you hold it sacred, when you put this essence first before all else. Notice how the mind will try and create anything it can to create a story. Any strand of ego that is there, it will attempt to make a story. Continue to remove those stories. Notice how your being, without story, without trying to create itself into a new form of an ego, a new ego arising, is simply more exquisite as it naturally is. Feel this within yourself. Without ego present, what is inside of you in this moment? What is there? As emptiness illuminates your being, as stillness is where you abide, feel the deep rest that is present. Whether your eyes are open or closed, allow the experience to be felt. The true permeating reality of the bliss, of the natural bliss, the natural joy that is present. Only without ego present. Joy is only present when ego is not there. Feel this as you abide. This is your sanctuary and your temple, your awareness with your own self. It is the space that you create, that you abide in, that you allow yourself to discover within you. It is your deepest self-honoring. It is your deepest self-honoring of your own immaculate being. Disengaging from ego identity. Disengaging from limiting thoughts and self-perceptions about who you should be. As you rest in this space, you are intimately in contact with the entirety of this universe. In this energy, empty of ego identification, is where you create reality from. Effortlessly. Effortlessly. And this does not mean that work will not come. It means you work with supreme joy and supreme passion and supreme intensity within your being. Allowing yourself to be fully as you are in all the ways that make you exactly who you are. Letting the divine manifestations express through your being. Allowing energies like fear, like judgments, energies of guilt or shame, be seen as identities, limiting identities that you hold on to, which you are simply observing and releasing. Each time these arise within you, energies of ego identification that try to pull your energy, you simply observe them with detachment, knowing that they are not who you are. As you do this, you create the security, the stabilization, the separation between your true self and those impermanent energies that are ego identifications, which are simply dying in you. This is why there is so much power in coming to satsang. Because those energies of ego will die in you. They will not have room to exist. Because you abide in your purity. And those energies become weak and they fall because they are not original to you. This allows you to continue to dance in your being, to create freely and spontaneously move in the world, happily and gracefully, and in your divine reverence and celebration for this existence. This is the power of releasing identities, Identities are veils that are worn for a time while a particular soul is evolving into higher consciousness. Some parts of ego are used just temporarily and even consciously by a soul in order to go through specific experiences that that particular individual needs to go through. When those experiences are finished, those identities are dropped. That being is left naked, unmasked. When you notice these ego identities which arise as you are abiding in your sacred presence, allow your being, allow yourself the grace to not then add guilt and shame on top of this work. The sooner you can release those energies, the swifter your stabilization in the realization of yourself will crystallize within your being. Just notice as those energies arise and have the awareness to abide empty and free of them, detaching from those frequencies. These two frequencies of guilt and shame are two of the most prominent frequencies that are faced upon the path, upon the sacred path. One of the reasons for this is because you are here in satsang, and most beings on the planet are not. And what can happen is the taking on of collective guilt and shame. So beings on the path can tend to take on more guilt and shame that does not belong to them. So these you must be extremely vigilant to catch, to detach, and to abide as awareness. As this occurs, your realization will stabilize and crystallize swiftly within your being. Allow yourself to notice your breath. Arising and falling. abiding only as awareness. If your mind goes outward, return to observe your breath, and then simply abide as awareness. Notice how light reality is when you are not holding on to anything. Notice how beautiful and simple when you allow yourself to rest as awareness. If expectation arises within you, notice that is just a form of ego identification, attempting to create a root in consciousness. Allow yourself to root in awareness. Notice how impossible it is to create a problem when you rest here. If any anxiety arises within the body or the mind, or agitation, just observe it with a detachment. Do not try to own it as yourself. It is not your totality. Those are simply old frequencies which are collapsing in your current timeline. As you honor the space moment to moment, what you will find and continue to see is your organic blooming moment to moment. Your consciousness rising, your knowingness deepening, your soul's destiny becoming crystal clear. There is no confusion that arises from this space. There is only clarity. There is only understanding. Your own book will be open for you to read. Allow yourself to take this frequency and to take this energy that is your own as you move in this space. And allow it to permeate the energy in your environment and in your world. Allow your essence to bloom from this space. This is the truth of your essence rising. The truth of your essence rising. Trust your path as you move forward in your soul destiny. When you move from this space, you will be shown, you will be directed by the wisdom of your own being. Trust what you see from within your own well and allow your fountain to overflow from this space.